Hello everybody, how are you all doing? Welcome back to Man City Unplugged, your very own Man City fan channel. The team selection, especially the selection of Mahrez for me, I thought it was interesting because he played the full 90 against Barcelona. So I was pretty much confident that Cole Palmer and Mahrez both played 90 against Barcelona. So maybe he will not start both of them. But I think injuries to Jack Grealish. He maybe thinks Julian Alvarez is not ready to start on the right wing. I pretty much think that Pep Guardiola's hand has also been forced on this occasion. I mean, that is nothing to say that Mahrez has not performed well against Barcelona or in the previous games or something like that. But I think if Grealish would have been fit, maybe he would have played Foden on the right and Grealish on the left. That's just a thought. But again, in the press conference, it was interesting when Pep said that he sees a lethal combination developing between Haaland and Foden. And in these first four matches, something has been quite interesting that Foden and Haaland have started almost all of the games. Okay, Community Shield he went with Willish and Haaland, but this is also interesting that even in the preseason, Pep went with Grealish, Haaland, in both those games. But in the Community Shield also he tried it, but it didn't quite work. And suddenly, right from the first Premier League game, Pep had decided to play Foden, Haaland, that combination. I think one of the reasons behind it could be that Foden is so aggressive in his actions, especially for a forward. He runs at defenses and things like that, whereas Grealish is like, keeps the ball a bit more technical and stuff. So I think that's another reason why Foden is being preferred right now ahead of Grealish. And another selection interesting to me is, I know Zaha is playing, but maybe I thought Pep could play Kyle Walker, in the in I mean in one of those centre back positions, and then maybe shift Cancelo to the right and Sergio Gomez to the left. See that one change could maybe unlock two, three positions. Shifting Cancelo to the right would mean we could use his creativity more. Could use the creativity of Sergio Gomez on the left more if Walker shifted to the centre back position. And especially Palace like to attack with pace. So I thought Walker would play in the centre back position, and I actually thought that Barcelona game was like a trial for Kyle Walker. Maybe I thought Pep will start Walker right now in that position. So I do not know. Apart from that, in the midfield, he's taken a brave decision to remove Gundogan because Gundogan has been in blistering form. So we were discussing it on the show as well, right? How does Pep fit in Gundogan, Bernardo Silva, De Bruyne, and Rodri? So okay, Rodri fits in at the CDM position, but how do you? There are two spots, and how do you pick those three midfielders? And I thought it was an impossible choice to make, but Pep being Pep, he opted for he opted for Bernardo Silva over Gundogan. I mean, Bernardo Silva on the wings. Again, he had a very good game against Newcastle, right? Playing in that forward position, Bernardo Silva playing on the right wing and stuff. But the thing is not that Bernardo Silva is a damn good technical player. He can play false nine, right wing, left wing. He can play in any of those front six positions. Even he could play left back potentially. Seeing what Zinchenko and Delph had done over the years in that position. But the thing is, Bernardo Silva is supreme in that central midfield role, in that box to box role. He gives you those qualities that I don't think you can find anywhere around the world in any of the other players. So maybe you could think of Frankie De Jong coming a bit closer, but Bernardo Silva is on another level actually. So I think Pep has done the right thing by putting him back in that central midfield position. This means that he can control the tempo of the game. This means that the Palace midfield will press in a sort of a mid block, I think, and it is very important to have a genuine ball carrier, genuinely someone who can retain the ball under pressure, and Bernardo Silva is just that. Vinay says five at the back. Uh, Haaland will have tough time, but this is where Haaland will earn his worth in dollar, I think, Vinay, because playing against open defenses and counter-attacking it's fine, but that is not what Haaland has been bought for. Haaland has been bought to improve performances against bogey teams like Crystal Palace. Last time, I think in the last two visits we have not scored against Crystal Palace. We lost 2-0 at home and 0-0 in the away leg. So Haaland has been bought to rectify all of this. And the thing with Haaland is, I think many people think he can't play against packed defenses, but for me, his movement is everything. His movement is, I mean, his movement can disturb even the very tightest of blocks, tightest of defensive organizations. I'll be keeping an eye on Haaland's movement today. Apart from that, I'll be keeping an eye on John Stones, especially. He looked ragged against Barcelona, was again the reason why we conceded that third goal against Barcelona, for example, which Memphis Depay scored. So I'll be keeping an eye on Haaland's movement and also on John Stones and Ruben Diaz, that partnership. How does it work? So the match has just kicked off. Will be interesting to see how Crystal Palace presses actually. Will they be just setting down into that low block, or will they try to emulate Newcastle a bit and coming at us? Because this entire week has been that it can be this entire week has been that with media telling that if you can play expansive football you can get at City. So but I don't think Crystal Palace will look to do that. JSK says hashtag Pep out, starting Foden again. But in the press conference, JSK, what Pep said was very interesting. He said that he expects Foden and Haaland to form a lethal combination. So with those words, you can expect that Foden and Haaland will be certainties in most of the important games. I think Pep had looked to build that relationship between Grealish and Haaland like we saw in the preseason games, but it didn't quite work out. Ball in behind Riyad Mahrez with the ball, Kevin De Bruyne. Oh, that was so close. That was such a tight ball. That was such a tidy ball from Kevin De Bruyne. Again, Mahrez getting in behind. I think this is something we actually lacked against Newcastle as well. Someone who made those runs behind actually, and Mahrez is doing it. Bernardo Silva, he didn't quite make those runs, right? He held the ball, brought De Bruyne into play, but he didn't quite make those runs in behind. So I think Riyad Mahrez is a very, very interesting choice for Pep here. Pep Guardiola still working his tactics out about the best personnel, best structure for the team. But this match is very important for us, just in the sense of having that momentum, right? Because Ederson makes a mistake, Ederson drops it, and it's a free kick to Palace. JSK says Liverpool scored. Well, JSK, it's against Bournemouth. At least let them survive. At least let them get some confidence. Ederson makes a mistake again. He makes a mess of the ball. And that's a free kick for Palace. These are the areas, where Palace can hurt us. They have Joachim Anderson. They have Edward, who's tall as well. So I just hope that we defend this set piece well. See, momentum is so important, especially in this season because midweek fixtures and stuff happening. So I mean, I think that starting from next week we play a match every midweek until the end of the season. Of course, it's a World Cup, but so the going into that fixture congestion without it's a goal, Palace scored. It's a goal, Palace scored. What the hell? Palace is celebrating. It's a goal, Palace scored. I mean, all of this actually came right from Ederson, missing a simple clearance. But is the goal given? I think it is given. I think it's an own goal of John Stones. I think is it an own goal of John Stones? Yes, it is. I think. What the hell? We conceded early again. Don't know, this defense is looking so shaky. And that goal was purely Ederson's fault. It was purely Ederson's fault. He didn't even need to come out. GSK says Ortega showed last game he will challenge the first spot. But then Ortega also missed a simple chance at the near post, right? I do not know what has just happened to us defensively with Ake gone. See, of all teams, how can you concede against Crystal Palace the first goal? Now they will sit back and hit us on the break time and again. What the hell is happening? Guardiola in the press conference is mentioned about buying a centre back. Maybe this is the match that will prompt him to buy one. There's no Zaha. I thought it will be a bit easier, but what the hell? See, now they will waste time. They'll take time on the free kicks. They'll do all of it. See, now they're running in behind. They're running in behind. There's absolutely no confidence in the back line. Such a silly mistake from Ederson. Actually think Pep should bench him after this. It will be a lesson for him. It is such a schoolboy error from Ederson. You cannot do that at this level. I know he's been a top goalkeeper and stuff, but shot stopping has never been the forte of him. Well, again, see, Palace is pressing us in the midfield, but we refuse to go out wide. Why do you bloody want to play through the midfield? Play out wide. That is where the space is. JSK is Ortega on. Well, not now. That would be hilarious. Pep making a sub of a goalkeeper. I know we have time. I know we have a lot of time still, but time can run out very fast against teams like this. Who wants to defend on the counter? Wants to defend and play on the counter. They will waste times on goal kicks. They will waste times on free kicks. Everything. Again, giving the ball away. Something is not right, guys, with this defense. Something is definitely not right. I know Newcastle, we went 1-0 up, still lost the game, but now we are 1-0 down here. And we have time, we have Haaland, we have Alvarez on the bench, we have players on the bench as well. I don't say it is over, but again, the question is why are we conceding these goals? What the hell is wrong with our defensive structure? This is one of our best playing 11s, right? Bernardo, De Bruyne in the midfield. Stones is the one who's looked shaky. That's a throw in for City. Why the hell is Bernardo coming onto the wings? Where is Mahrez right now? It suddenly seems there's no structure to this team. Is it a corner? No, it's Phil Foden again trying his acrobatics. What the hell? It was a John Stones own goal, I think. Yes, it was John Stones own goal. Things are going from bad to worse for John Stones here. But guys, again, let us show what champions are made of. I don't want us to drop points here. No. Two games in a row, you can't drop points here when you know the title races are decided by single points. See, they're sitting back in a 4-4-2 shape with the striker man marking Rodri. This Patrick Vieira has been doing since he was born, you know. Last season, The season before that, Roy Hodgson did it, marking Rodri out of the game. Then still, why do you play the ball through the CDM? Play it out wide. Use Cancelo to play it. Why do you want to play through the middle? When what Palace are doing is cut off the options through the middle. Have some sense, guys. Use some sense. The build-up play is slow. I can understand that because Palace are just parking the bus against us. The movement of Haaland is what I will actually keep my. See again, lethargic passing. Cancelo is looking to switch. Kyle Walker is playing in the inverted midfield position. That's a good pass. Don't worry, guys, the electricity is gone, but I'll be there on the stream now. Don't worry about it. The electricity will come on, but the stream won't end because I have a UPS for my Wi-Fi, so the Wi-Fi will go on. So don't worry about that. It's just that you'll not be able to see me until the electricity comes back. That's all. But the stream will be on. Kyle Walker. Kevin De Bruyne. Ruben Diaz. Erling Haaland on the ball right now. Phil Foden. You need to find Haaland. Haaland, Erling. Ah, just the touch just let him down. Erling. Can they find you? It's a corner, I think. I don't know why this electricity is always going off whenever I'm doing streams. I do not know. Maybe I'll have to get a light as well that works on batteries. Ah, that was just taken away from the foot of him. And it's Riyad Mahrez. Go away with the defending. And it's Riyad Mahrez now. With another corner. Except that goal, I think we've started off brightly, but then the goal is what is the difference in football matches. So the goal is the one that is actually important. Ah, that was almost a free header for Haaland. Haaland, Erling, you need to score those against part the bus teams. That was so close, right? That was extremely close. Ah, free uncontested header. Haaland, you should do it. Haaland is very active in the game. Like unlike all of his footage, that was very well won by Rodri. Excellent. Bernardo Silva with the ball. Kevin De Bruyne with the ball in space. It's Riyad Mahrez right now. Riyad Mahrez, Riyad. Kyle Walker presenting with a wide option, which is very good. Kevin De Bruyne on the ball right now. Ah, the ball cut off. Kevin De Bruyne making a rare miss pass over there. I think that's a Palace throw. I actually thought that could be a City throw, but it's a Palace throw. We are pressing the keeper well. That's again very well cut off. Second balls, guys. Second balls. Be alert to the second balls. We've been extremely good today in dealing with second balls. Palace are running. I think it's easy on the ball. That's very well defended, John. Wonderful piece of defending, John. That's the first good piece of defending I've seen from you in over a week or 2 weeks, actually. Riyad Mahrez further up front. Erling. Just find Erling Haaland. Haaland couldn't just get there in the nick of time, but City are just tightening the screw here. We need to get that goal and get it to level terms as quickly as possible. Because as the game goes on, Palace will break the momentum. Oh, that is almost a great ball by Kevin De Bruyne, but City get the ball back again. We are holding the scruff of Crystal Palace neck. We are suffocating them. They're unable to break. They're unable to breathe, I must say. Wonderful, wonderful combination. Bernardo Silva, Riyad. He did not have the chance. The doubling up on Riyad Mahrez, but now spaces for Kyle Walker. Kyle Walker is in the best at crossing, and suddenly they're giving all that space to Kyle Walker. See, this is where I think if a Cancelo is there and he's in that space, that would be different. So teams, even against Newcastle, I've actually observed this. Teams are giving more space to Kyle Walker to cross. They're in fact inviting crosses from him. Rodri, Phil Ford, and Phil. What? Oh, Haaland was almost queuing up there. Maybe his movement should have been a little bit more across the defender, rather than in front of him. That's a skill he'll learn, he'll perfect that movement even more. That was a hallmark of Aguero, just peeling across the defenders. Rodri. Bernardo Silva. We are controlling the tempo well, which Pep had a complaint against Newcastle. We are controlling the tempo well. Kyle Walker. He's been good on the ball, but it's not super good for Kyle Walker, which we absolutely need right now. Kyle Walker again, a slightly misplaced pass. The clock is ticking on, When we are behind, the clock never ticks slowly. Kyle, go wide. Your options are wide. Yes, that's what he has done. That's a great early ball. Bernardo Silva. He's rotated it well. Phil Foden. He's controlling the tempo well, unlike the Newcastle one. Haaland as well, pulling the play up. Haaland was almost there, putting it into an empty goal, but that's a foul on the Palace defender, and it's a free kick for Palace. We are getting close, guys. We're getting close. Just knock it on, knock it on, knock it on. Continue playing in the same way. But that was almost a typical, Mahrez, and then uh, Haaland was between two Crystal Palace defenders. But that's fine. That's fine. We're unsettling them. Palace haven't had any attack. It's just one that stupidly given away free kick, from Ederson that had resulted in their chance. Other than that, we are superb. We have been superb. Ederson, Riyad Mahrez. Now I'm understanding why Pep is playing Mahrez. He's just able to control the tempo of the game so brilliantly. Guys, we all have to think Aston Villa, West Ham, Newcastle. What are the score lines and where? How have we come back? So let's not lose confidence here. We can be confident, but I'm just so much frustrated with the quality of how we have conceded the goal. John Stones on the ball. I think Haaland was no one was alert to that ball from Bernardo Silva between the centre backs. But that's good pressing from Mahrez. Rodri with the ball. Rodri gets the ball back. Mahrez there. He couldn't control it. Riyad. But that was a period. If Mahrez can't control the ball, then you can imagine the ball's almost uncontrollable. It's happening second game in a row. That's the Fear. That's the fear. That's all. Especially against Newcastle, for example, we were 1 nil up, still we conceded goals, and here we've conceded a stupid goal. Palace didn't deserve it actually. That's a throw in for City. We need to get that one as fast as possible, as soon as possible. Kyle Walker on the ball. Look at that, the passing quality of Walker. This is what frustrates me. They're leaving space to Walker, but Walker isn't the best. I think it's Jeffrey Schlupp who's running with the ball. Jeffrey Schlupp running with the ball. And it's a foul on Joao Cancelo. It's a foul on Cancelo. But again, see, this is what pisses me off. Walker with time and space to lift the ball. That's an elbow by Jeffrey Schlupp. That's a foul, ref. We should be having a free kick here. That's a clear foul. Who is this bloody ref? That's a corner for Palace. All of these corners are just making me so much, afraid. Just defend this well. Without Nathan Ake, it suddenly looks like there's no organization in the defense. It's another Palace goal. Palace score from another corner. What the hell? Joachim Anderson scores now. City are again 2 nil down. What the hell is happening? What the hell is happening to our defense? Crystal Palace 2 nil up. How do you come back from this? What do you do? What do you do? That was a clean header. Pep told about dipping into the transfer market for another centre back. Do it now. These clowns, I think it's again on John Stones. These clowns are not defending anything. Edison can't do anything about it. Anderson with the header. Defense is all over the place. Exactly, when a defense is all over, there's no organization, especially John Stones, and that too they're doing it in our home ground, and that too is just 20 minutes over, and they're already 2 nil up. And how did we concede? Two errors. One is Edison, just giving it away, and the second one is Kyle Walker, time and space under no pressure. What the hell? Can we again rescue it from 2 nil down? Vishal is here. Hey Vishal, I know Arsenal are doing well and you're already back here. Are you one of those fans who still think Arsenal can win the league this season? City are building up, City are building up. Erling Haaland on the ball. Oh, he's hit the side netting. Erling. I know it's just 22 minutes gone, but 2 nil. You can't be 2 nil down to any team. People are questioning Liverpool, right? How come they always concede more than 2 goals? They always concede more than 1 goal. And right now it's us who are like that. And we don't even have any injuries. Yes, we have defensive injuries in Laporte and Ake, but it's nothing major. That's a foul, ref. That's a foul. See, Crystal Palace is starting this. They'll make fouls. They'll do nickels. They'll now start to slow down the game. Conceding 1 goal in itself is a hard thing to Palace. Coming back from that, glad that they don't have Zaha today. Otherwise, it would have been a hell of a nightmare. That second goal is all on Kyle Walker. And there, guys, the current is out, and I'm back. And by the way, thank you so much for staying with me when the electricity was not there. City are passing it around the back. We're just not able to get through the Palace bodies. I think Pep needs to bring on Alvarez here. And Pep needs to shift. I'm sorry, Kyle Walker, but Pep needs to shift Cancelo to that side. The space is on the wide right. The space is with our right full back, and Kyle Walker can't cross. Everyone knows it. Why the hell, Pep, are you taking out the best qualities of Cancelo? Counting assists, by the way, Liverpool leading 2-0. It's against Bournemouth counting. Yeah, let Liverpool survive. If Liverpool don't beat Bournemouth, then it's better for them to just wave a white flag and go off this season and rest. They don't need to play any Premier League games. At least they can compete for next season. Bournemouth are odds on to go down. Kyle, I got a lot of stick in midweek when I wrote an article about Kyle Walker, this game being an important game, a defining game for Kyle Walker. People were telling, what the hell are you talking about? And this is what I was talking about. This was seen in the previous games. Teams were leaving Walker on the ball and he bloody doesn't know how to cross. The frustrating thing was against Newcastle, for example, he had to Prina beside him. That's a free kick ref, but we can't do anything on free kicks because they have such tall people out there. But how the hell did you allow Palace to get two free headers in the box? It still is out of my mind. And for people who say that City are a relatively small team, okay, we've got Haaland, but relatively small team compared to Palace, set pieces are the weakness. Bloody hell, go and check last season's records. We were the best team in scoring set pieces. We were the best team in defending set pieces. Best by a mile. It was not Liverpool, it was us. And we have already conceded two set pieces. We've conceded a set piece against Newcastle. What the hell is happening to this team? Something is not right. Riyad Mahrez with the set piece. And that's how the day is going. It's just a bit far away from Rodri, I think it was. Yes. Rodri is always the one who's on the front foot attacking set pieces. And by the way, he was offside. Hello, he was offside. And by the way, Palace didn't deserve to be 2-0 from this game. They did not have to work anyway. Maybe it's a good omen for City where they think, oh, allow Palace to win 2-0 at home. Well, that's what they did the last time, the time before. And we are odds on to win the league. We'll do well in the league. I hope City don't see this as a good omen, allowing Palace to win the league. That ball over the top to Haaland is becoming just too predictable. We have to find Haaland, but we cannot find Haaland in the obvious way. And Palace are breaking here. It's Edward holding the ball. Edward has bundled over Cancelo. It's easy now. City are looking all over the shop right now. Oh, by the way, Ederson has dropped another one. No, luckily that's not a goal. I thought even that was a goal. Jeffrey Schlupp just obstructed Ederson from doing something there. Look at that Ederson again. Again, Palace are playing 1-2s in the midfield. That's well done by Haaland. Ball, give it through to Foden. Yes. The keeper was in between Riyad Mahrez and the cross from Foden. And Haaland had to link up play, so he wasn't there. Otherwise, that was a poacher's goal. We need to get at least one, guys, before the end of this half. Otherwise, it's going to be damn difficult. It's going to be very difficult. Kevin De Bruyne. We're just not able to find Erling Haaland. That's a free kick to Palace. They will be doing this. This is the problem now. They'll be clinching their ankles. They'll be rubbing the grass. They'll be shoveling the yard. They'll do everything that is possible. And Jeffrey Schlapp, I think, is the main. Sorry, not Jeffrey Schlapp. Ayu. I think it's Pyri Ayu who's the. Look at that. Pyri Ayu who's the main protagonist here who has been given the task. of wasting time. 29 minutes, nil 2 down. Again, the back line is absolutely shattered. You need to buy a centre back, Pep. These people are acting like clowns at the back. Idiots. Kevin De Bruyne is on the wing. Ah, now they're trying to find Haaland from the wing. That's a foul. It's another Palace free kick. That's a clear foul. Clear foul. Haaland has to show us today why he's top dollar worth. It's not about scoring against Bournemouth or West Ham or whoever it is. It's about scoring in these positions. It's already 30 minutes, guys. I just do not want to look at the clock now. And that too, Palace are doing all this without Zaha, and they are now again in a good position. Ederson, God's grace is collected it this time. Kyle, will you please pass the ball fast? It's because of you we have conceded the second goal. You brat. Had time and space to cross the ball but couldn't even pass a parcel. What an idiot. Bernardo Silva now switched on to the wing. That's a foul, ref. It's Foden, sorry. I think we have been given a throw in. We had to score a goal somehow before half time. Rodri. Kyle Walker. Thank God he's at least completed a pass now. Bernardo Silva. Very well done by Bernardo Silva. But no one's there in the middle. I mean, it escaped everyone in the middle. That's the fair word to say. That's a goal kick to Palace. They're just covering Haaland, one, two, three people. Haaland will realize at least with this match that it's not a walk in the park in the Premier League. Pep will give them a real rollicking in half time, but coming from two goals down, it's not impossible, I would say. We've scored and come back from this type of a scoreline, I think at least thrice in the last four matches, last five matches. Aston Villa, West Ham, and Newcastle. So it's not beyond the reach, but I'm just wondering what the way is, what the solution is. Because there appears no solution to me right now to come out of this mess. How do we come out of this mess? Do not see a system, I do not see a pattern. At least with Newcastle, you knew the space was out wide, but Palace are covering the space out wide so well. That's a foul again. Haaland makes a foul again. And he's had Anderson. It's a high boot and it's hit him on the head. He'll lay down for the rest of the Premier League season if he wants to. Joachim Anderson, because they've got two goals and all they will do is waste time now. It's purely accidental, but the frustration is the nature of how we conceded those two goals. At least against Newcastle, you had something, you had a reason that the team was cutting through. Newcastle were cutting through us. Saint Maxim was having a worldie against Palace and sorry against Kyle Walker and all of those things. But here conceding from two bloody set pieces when the last entire season I think we conceded from five set pieces the entire season, and now it's Newcastle one and he had two three set pieces already. First one, I still think it was an own goal. And this entire half, you can already see, I can already count 4 or 5 minutes that have gone in Crystal Palace time wasting. Pep Guardiola has a lot to think here. I mean, I wouldn't say that we haven't come back from worse situations like this in terms of the season as well, right? 2021, for example, we were ninth until November and then went on a run to win the league. It's not out of our range, to go on a run in something, but no, especially against these bogey teams. I think Spurs was the bogey team in Pep's first season, and after that, Posh never won almost against Pep in the Premier League. Pep always dominated. So I think generally Pep gets one over these bogey teams. See, it's already 4 minutes, and the referee will add on one more minute. Vinay says Walker playing deep mid. This must change. And Walker is not a player who has the qualities to play in that midfield, Vinay. That's the problem. Walker's a spare man here. Walker second goal is an example. Walker with time and space hits it against the Crystal Palace player with no one behind, and then they go on the counter, concede a set piece, and then goal. That's why play Cancelo here. He is much more adapted to that midfield position. Cancelo can ping in so many crosses. Walker is a legendary right back in terms of defensive nature, but attacking wise, as Walker's not there in the standard, to unlock tight defenses and stuff. When I say Stones is over and Walker also showing the same. Exactly, John Stones as well. I don't know what his form is. The ball. We'll find it very difficult to even get to 2-2, I think. Riyad Mahrez with the run. That's an excellent take by Mahrez as usual. Again, there are enough bodies there and Haaland is able to do nothing. Just pure frustration. Again, they're switching to the right. The space has been there always. And they're doubling up on Mahrez. Mahrez give it to Kevin. Kevin whip a ball in. He's done well here. Just mixing it up, whipping a ball into Food. And John Stone, and it's easy again. Easy going on a counter attack. And John Stones defending it well this time, but I don't know, Stones and Walk. I mean, it would be so good, especially against part of the bus teams, right? You play Cancelo on the right and Sergio Gomez on the left. Both of them are comfortable in the midfield, right? In those positions, I do not know what Pep is trying to do here. There will be changes at half time. There will surely be changes at half time. It's a Palace throw again. It's a Palace throw, and they will not be taking throw without wasting some time. Every Palace throw means at least 20-30 seconds chopped off the clock. Not Palace to blame. It's us who have put ourselves into such a idiotic situation. Absolute clowns, absolute jokers at the back, especially Stones and Walker. The one thing Ederson is doing well is I think Eddie should play centre back and Ortega should start in goal. Because I do think Ederson's priorities are more at passing the ball than catching the ball. Maybe he's just bored of the job. There'll be a lot to dissect and discuss in half time, but I just wish we get one goal before half time, not much, one goal. That's it, because then the pressure will be off in the second half a bit. Whoever you might have in attack, but scoring 2 goals is very, very difficult. That's a header, free header, and Foden just headed it over. I wouldn't blame Foden here. Heading is not his forte. In fact, heading is not even the forte of Erling Haaland. So why are we lifting balls into the box? I understand Haaland is there, but pick up his movement. I know it's almost seeming nigh on impossible to find Haaland in that crowded space in the Crystal Palace box, but that's not a foul. That's good. uh, shoulder to shoulder push from Kyle Walker. Just 5 6 more minutes to go in the first half. That's where very well captain side by Bernardo Silva. The organization from Palace has been excellent, and that's what they have done. We have given them the set pieces to go and score. City building up play on the left. John Stones, Kyle Walker. See, whenever Walker is on the ball, they're pressing him. They know he's shit at passing, at crossing. Kyle, just circulate it, mate. Foden, Bernardo. City can't get the ball at all to our forwards. There's no link up, and I'm not finding any solution here. How do we link up play? Rodri, Bernardo Silva, who's on the left wing now. Mahrez is gone infield. Bernardo Silva, Kevin De Bruyne, Riyad Mahrez. He just wants to dribble through all of the Palace players, and that is very well won by Kevin De Bruyne. But it's snatched away again, and it's Rodri who's picked up the pieces. There's an urgency in City play now. These 4 minutes we'll have to have a barnstorming finish to this half here. We just have to go at everything. We just have to go for it now. Doesn't matter if we concede a third because it's going to be very difficult coming from 2 goals down in the second half. Palace are playing through us, around us very well. The shape is just not right, and now Palace are running at our defense. The run's very well picked up by John Stones, and he's defended it well this time. Very well defended by John Stones here. Kyle Walker comes out with the ball. Why are you taking so much time on the ball, Kyle? Okay, that's a free kick for us. Just put the ball there, get on with it. Why is Kyle Walker lying down and having his hands on his face? Are we 2-0 up? No. Kyle Walker. What the hell? Haaland wasn't making the run. For whom did you play the ball? Purpose having hands on his face. I know the media will see it as if we lost the Premier League title, but two games of drop points. Kevin De Bruyne. Riyad, sprint. That is very well done by Riyad Mahrez. Excellent. Now put a ball in infield for Haaland. There was no one making those runs over there. No one bloody making the run. That was what a ball from Riyad Mahrez over there. We should be putting these in if we want to come back into the game. I think it's a set piece, it's a corner. Just put the corner into the box, Riyad. No, none of your jingly corner routines, and that's what they're trying to do here. What the hell was the corner routine? Put it into the box and try your luck, mate. You have Erling Haaland there. Why do you want to do it the hard way? And that's claimed by Gaeta. Eze is there now. It's 2-on-2 at the back. I hope we don't concede a third. The game's over. If we do, but we didn't. Again, a little bit of suspect defending. There's some problem with the shape as well, I think, or maybe the right personnel are not playing in this shape. Because if you want an inverted midfield, then I don't think inverted fullbacks. then I don't think Walker is the right person there to play in the inverted midfield position. Bernardo Silva, at least one, guys, at least one. Kyle Walker, he doesn't know how to cross. Look at it, they're just blocking the passing lanes, and Kevin can't do anything about it. There will be changes at halftime. Heads are one roll at halftime. There will be changes. I'm pretty sure of it. The Newcastle match was different, but now there will be changes. We've just not been able to penetrate Crystal Palace. And defensively, we've gift wrapped the goals. It is so frustrating when you have to work so hard, but the opposition team doesn't have to work hard at all. It's 4 minutes of added time, but what the hell was that? Did the linesman lift the flag now for offside against Erling Haaland? This is another time waste. Now the linesman is wasting the time as well. Look at that ball from Riyad Mahrez. Someone needs to be scoring from that. We are winning the second balls. Everything's good. It's just that we've gift wrapped the goals, and that's a free kick for Palace. Come on, why don't you just blow the whistle yourself, Diaz, and go back into the dressing room? You know that he is trying to buy a foul from you. Why do you want to lunge into him while competing for that header? Compete for the second ball. Win the second ball. Diaz has also been an absolute shambles. He's not using his mind to play here. I get so frustrated when we are caught into that trap of wasting time. Another ball into the box. Every ball into the box is looking like we're going to concede from it. Pep, you need to dip into the transfer window. I'm sorry, and buy a centre back. 2 more minutes to go in this half. Why the hell is Bernardo playing in the wings? I do not know. Why the hell is Mahrez playing in the midfield? Is this system even making sense to the players now? Is this new system of Pep? Lot of questions. I know when we were winning, there were no questions. It was touted as the next greatest innovation in football and tactics. And right now we are not winning. Well, that's what winning and losing makes the difference. But the problems were there. We were discussing it. The problems were always there, even when we were winning. Kyle Walker, 1.5 minute left, guys. That's all. Rodri, Kevin, Riyad. Why don't you call Gaita over Riyadh to our practice stadium, to our training sessions, and just give him catching practice? What the hell was that? And that's the end of the half. That has to be the end of the half, end of a frustrating half. That's why I've never liked playing Palace in this 7:30 kickoff on a Saturday. Every time we don't do well at this time. One chance, maybe one chance to put the ball in, and he's given it to Kyle Walker. The clock is almost out. Kevin, put the ball in. Uh, and that has to be the end of the half. We have been too predictable, I think. We have been too predictable this half in terms of, supplying Haaland. There has to be a sense of mystery about it. Haaland has to be the end target, but how? But the path and the route through which you get to him has to be something different. You can't just say Rodri, Walker, Mahrez to Haaland goal. This is not a FIFA or something that it works like that. But Palace have cut off all the passing lanes, and I know we have had joy only from our wings. But maybe you tell Haaland to drop off and then play Foden and Mahrez, have Foden and Mahrez run off him. Maybe you change the tactics. But if I was Pep, I would bring on Alvarez here. Maybe remove Mahrez. I think I don't know who you'll remove, but or maybe even sometimes when we were struggling like this last season, especially Pep used to take off Kyle Walker and bring on Zinchenko on the left and Cancelo on the right so that I mean take off someone and bring in and shift Cancelo to the right and bring in a Sergio Gomez to the left. Kyle Walker on the right is just not working out, not defensively but offensively. Offensively in terms of he's inverting, he's the spare man, but he is not having the confidence to cross, the confidence to pass. He's probably one of the worst passers in our team. See, Kyle Walker's passing is good in terms of an average right back's passing accuracy and stuff, but according to City standard, Kyle Walker probably rates in the last 5 to 10 percentile of the crosses here. So I think you bring on Sergio Gomez and shift Cancelo to the right. All week we have been discussing the same thing actually, that Cancelo on the right means it suddenly gives you an option of him crossing early. Cancelo can dribble past people. Suddenly you have an other Palace player occupied by Cancelo. Now no one is occupying Walker, if you see. So almost people are doubling up on Riyad Mahrez and Walker is not overlapping. So surely the tactics have been, invert. So I do think if you want this system to work, bring on Cancelo and Sergio Gomez, put Gomez on the right. Otherwise, play a traditional 4-3-3 and tell Walker to overlap. Otherwise, they're just doubling up on your wingers on both the sides. It's just not working out. Vinicius, I don't think tactics will alter Palace defense. I think they can win. They can. See, for example, you just imagine if Kyle Walker overlaps with Riyad Mahrez, then suddenly he's taking another defender with him, right? Which means that there is more space for Mahrez, more freedom for Mahrez, right? You do the same thing on the other side. Tell Cancelo to stay high and wide, provide the width, which means another defender should stick with him, right? Which means it will allow your Foden to cut inside, it will allow your Haaland to your Mahrez to cut inside. So I do think the tactics will alter the Palace game plan. Tactics can make a big difference actually. I know that we have had similar worst starts to the season. I think last season in the first 4 games we lost against Spurs and we lost against Palace. So I think this season actually can even count as better on that. We just drew with Newcastle and now we are dropping points with Palace. We have another half to play, but I'm just talking of the worst case scenario. So it's not doom and gloom, but the one thing that pisses me off, the one thing that is really frustrating to me is you don't work hard and still you score 2 goals. But we work our socks off, we work our backside off. Still, we can't unlock the defense. So that is the frustrating point. If another team works hard and gets their goals fair enough, we have not been good. But this thing, 2 goals gift wrapped, and who are the culprits? Kyle Walker and John Stones. And did we have any clear cut chances? After going 1-0 down, I think our response was excellent. We were almost banging on Palace door, and maybe I thought on the balance of play we should have had one more goal. Foden, especially missing an open header and stuff. But I think after going 2-0 down, the response was I didn't see much of a response there after going 2-0 down. So Pep would really want it to improve. I will be stunned if there is no substitutions. I think Julian Alvarez has got to come on. No matter who you remove, I don't even care at this point who you remove. Don't even care if you tell I don't want John Stones, I don't want a right back here. Let us play without a right back. I don't even care, but what I want is Julian Alvarez come into the team. See, having 2 poachers or maybe even a Gundogan. Maybe Gundogan is the answer to unlocking this. Who knows? His mischief runs, his runs from deep. I think you bring either a Gundogan or you bring either an Alvarez, because the understanding between Haaland and Gundogan has also been very good. My choice is Gundogan. Bring Gundogan in his mischief. In place of whom, I think maybe Bernardo will go. Bernardo will go and bring in Gundogan because Bernardo hasn't been effective in this game at all. And also, it helps you wonder is Bernardo actually suited for these kind of games because there's absolutely been no counter attack, there's been no domination in the midfield, there was no need to control the tempo in the midfield, right? I do think Pep has also got his team selection wrong here. Maybe a Gundogan would have been more useful to unlock the tight defenses here. I do not know, but you've seen in the Aston Villa game as well. Coutinho says when is Laporte returning from injury? Pep said should be September to October. That's the time frame has been given. Pep was talking about, we do not know if we will dip into the transfer window for a centre back cover, but we might. Those were his statements before the Crystal Palace match. I am happy with this defensive reinforcements we have, but we might be forced to dip into the transfer window for a centre back. I do not know. That those were the comments from Pep Guardiola. So after seeing this sort of a performance, because this is not on the team. If it is on the team, then that's fine. Okay, the entire team will have off day and things like that. It's fine. No one is going to win all the matches in a Premier League season, right? But it was on individual errors. It was on blatant individual errors. Individuals who were laggy, who have been lethargic in Newcastle as well. Rodri, for example, played a lot of shoddy passes. Walker wasn't at his best. Stones left the centre backs this thing open. Stones passing was crap. Against Barcelona, Stones passing was crap. So this game we have been down. It is due to individuals who were careless. That's all. See, Pep can accept, people being beaten on ones and stuff. That happens. It's a game of football, right? So one day, someone will have a very good game. They will have the beating of you. That's fine. But carelessness, laziness, all of these things, Pep will never ever accept, and that is what Walker and Stones have done today. Tanmay says why Walker is playing in midfield. It's the system. Tanmay Pep is playing with this inverted midfield system. Apparently there was an article in the Athletic, and apparently they're telling Pep wants to go as much vertical as possible this season because Pep's major fundamentals are always on maintaining the width, right? Stay high and wide. But this season, the article in the Athletic said that it was by David Ornstein, I think. It said that Pep wants to change the system, make it as vertical as possible with both the fullbacks tucking into the midfield, playing center midfield. So people are surprised actually. A lot of people in the world are surprised that Pep is going this much vertical. There's absolutely no width in the team. So I do not know. And the problem with that is Kyle Walker is not the sort of guy who can plan an inverted midfield. The strengths of Kyle Walker are I think Pep is just misreading this a little bit actually because the strengths of Kyle Walker are overlapping. It's not crossing from the midfield. The strengths of Bernardo Silva are controlling the tempo in the midfield. Against a high pressing team, Bernardo Silva is the best antidote. And against Newcastle, what does Pep do? Pep puts Bernardo Silva on the right wing. Absolutely wasted there. Absolutely wasted there. So Pep is kind of struggling with fitting personnel into the team, and I don't know where this will lead to actually. Counting says if Laporte is out until October, then Stones has to step up. He has been below mediocre today. Counting not just today. Against Newcastle, he was mediocre. Against Barcelona in a friendly, he was absolutely mediocre. Today, he has been. I don't know if there's an other harsh word which describes less than mediocre. He has been an absolute crap, John Stones. Even Pep Guardiola at this age can play better centre back than bloody John Stones. Absolutely worst. Football fans is why Haaland is diving versus Barca. It was a charity match, but even there he dived. No football fan. That was one of the camera angles showed that there was a bit of a clip from the defender. So the defender clipped him, and then the momentum took him, and then he fell down. So and that was a charity match. We have bigger issues to talk about here than speaking about the Barca charity match, which is gone. Honestly, Vinay says most of the wingers outrunning Walker. Pep needs to find solutions. Exactly, Vinay. I mean, people said that Alain Saint Maxim was like God and things like that. Again, the problem there in that Newcastle match was Walker wasn't able to control the winger from the inverted midfield position, and you get a sense that maybe Walker's pace is also reducing, maybe sharpness is also reducing. I would not be surprised if Pep slowly blacks in Rico Lewis, but suddenly, this suddenly gives me a bit of a bad taste in terms of 2019 season. Is this going to be a repeat of that 2019, sorry, 2020 season? I think where we had a lot of injuries at the back, and 2019-20 season, and Liverpool won the league. I mean, defensively we are so bad. But see, it's not just down to the personal. It's also down to the shape of Pep. I think it's. I think the shape. I mean, I'm not sure if the people understand what the entire system is actually. Are they sure of what to do in the system? Because Kevin De Bruyne looks confused here. And another surprising thing is Pep being too stubborn in not changing the shape according to the needs, according to the strengths and weaknesses of the opponent. Because until last season, what would happen is, I mean, generally in his career, what Pep does is studies the opponent. It's a 4-3-3, but he tweaks it a little bit. But this season, he's just been stubborn, and irrespective of who the opponent is, he's just playing those inverted fullbacks and stuff like that. So is Pep stubborn? That's another question that will be asked a lot. Football fans is, and then City is favorite for all the titles. Who says? We say, football fan, we say, the entire Premier League says. You can't just judge City based on this performance. Last season, we didn't score a goal against Crystal Palace. Last season, we dropped 5 points against Crystal Palace. And what happened in the what was the result of the Premier League season? The season before, we dropped points against Palace. I think the season before as well, we didn't win against Palace. So it's not. I mean, people would want to make it feel right now as if it's all over for City. The Premier League season is finished now, and give Arsenal the trophy and you go. That's not how it works. It's a marathon. It's not a sprint. It's a marathon. It will test your resilience. It will test your ability to cope up with situations like this when you will be down mentally, when all of the outside noise will be pouring upon you and telling you that you need to improve and you're so crap and all. That is what this Premier League season is all about. It tests your mental resilience. Vinay says he's sticking with the same tactics for all the teams. Exactly, Vinay. That is one thing that is really frustrating me, that is bothering me. How can you stick with? I mean, I don't know why is Pep making it so complicated. Just imagine this thing, right? Pep tells play in a traditional 4-3-3 system with Mahrez keeping the width, Foden keeping the width, Haaland running through. You have a Bernardo, Kevin De Bruyne, Rodri, right? What the hell? How will teams defend? Because Foden and Mahrez are stretching it high and wide. The narrow block will be stretched. The runs of Haaland. Now with inverted fullbacks, it's suddenly for me it's becoming more easier for teams to defend against us. Last season one of the problems was teams were defending narrow, right, within a narrow block, and with Cancelo cutting in, false nine, there were no outlets. But this season now you're inverting the midfield as well, which means you're telling your midfielders to play a needle of the eye pass every ball, every match, which will not be possible. Just do not even give any tactics. Just tell the instructions. Play high and wide, and just tell the team to play. Roll the dice, and they will win 99 out of 100 times. It's a simple thing. I don't know why Pep is overthinking so much. Vinay says we don't have any young centre backs. Three players, 28, 29. Only Diaz is 24, right? I do think we have to go for a centre back. Guardiola will not at all be a bad option now. Guardiola will not be a bad option at all. But the half is almost starting, so I hope we improve. The first 10 minutes will be very interesting here, but two goals is a big ask. At this point, to be really honest, you're looking at a draw. You're thinking, okay, we will not be beat, and we can come out next match. That's the honest thing you're actually thinking at this point. But we must remember, last season Liverpool lost the title not because they one more games than us and all. They drew a lot of games, whereas we drew two, three games. I think that's all. So I think draws can actually be injurious. I mean, draws can actually be more fatal than losing sometimes. But point is a point. From this point on, maybe you would think we'll be looking for a draw. But have there been any changes? Because I see the same team coming out, the exact bloody same team. I bloody hope that the tactics are at least different. Otherwise, it will be very difficult. Yes, it's the exact same team. Walker's receiving specific instructions, but maybe maybe I think Pep needs to realize Walker might not be the right personnel if he wants to play this system. I mean, this match, I was damn sure that maybe why don't you play Kyle Walker at centre back? He played very well against Barcelona. It makes Walker's positioning better. It makes cover for the defensive injuries, and it also covers for a Cancelo and a Sergio Cancelo. You bring Cancelo to the right and unlock him, unlock Gomez on the left. Just shifting Walker to the centre back position would suddenly unlock three, four different aspects of the game, right? Nicest draw or lose, win big, mountain to climb, big mountain to climb. We need to barnstorm this half. We need to go all out in this half, go gung ho, because we have nothing to lose here. Because if you don't go gung ho against this Palace team who are sitting at the back, this you'll not get any points. Please go gung ho, and in that process, if you concede a third goal, then I'm still fine with it. Kyle Walker, Kyle Walker, look at it. Kyle Walker is almost the main ball carrier here. What a ball. Mahrez to Bernardo Silva and the ball goes out. And it's a goal kick and 1 minute is wasted now. Bernardo Silva running into them spaces, but Alvarez is warming up. I really hope he comes on as fast as possible. That's good pressing, but why is Haaland pressing? Haaland, Erling, you just go and occupy the defenders. You don't need to link up play here. Erling doesn't need to participate in the link up play. Just be there, make those runs time and again, Erling. That's a throw in for City. Go fast and take the throw. That's again thumbed out by Palace. That's a corner. Go, go, go. Kevin, go. Go fast. I think it's Riyad Mahrez with an outswinger. The clock is ticking bloody fast now. Each minute will be important to us. Each second will be vital to us here. Pep Guardiola throws the ball back in. John Stones. Stones again. What the hell did Erling do there? Why is he trying to lay the ball off to people? Stones is looking much composed right now. That's a stupid ball and it's gone out. And Palace will take a lot of time to throw in now. Again, no one's attacking the ball. And Mitchell is down now. I think, like someone said, they should stop the clock when players are down, like they do it in basketball or in some game, and then restart the clock. That is when they'll understand not to do all those antics. Three goals, guys. It is already looking so tough. We are already reaching the 50-hour mark. Patrick Vieira has taught more than footballing skills to these Crystal Palace players. I'm quite sure Patrick Vieira runs a drama club at Crystal Palace as well. Dramatics club. How do you fake injuries? Who will be my lead actor? Mitchell. And also, oh, this is interesting. Gundogan and Alvarez are warming up. They are about to become on. I do think it's Bernardo Silva and Riyad Mahrez who will be off. This will be interesting. And the exciting thing about this is Pep Guardiola is going to roll the dice very early. I do hope we get a goal before they come on. Then that will make things even more interesting. Rodri, Cancelo, Walker, Riyad Mahrez. Nowhere to go. He comes back to Walker. Riyad Mahrez again. Again Walker. Kevin De Bruyne. Kevin De Bruyne will have to produce one of his greatest nights, greatest passes like he did against Newcastle, I think, to unlock this Palace defense. Palace is almost going on the counter attack here. Palace is keeping the ball well. Haaland is pressing. It just seems that there's been no change of tactics at all. Kyle Walker is still in the midfield. Joe Cancelo is still in the midfield. Why is Erling Haaland not attacking anything? I do not know. I have no answers. The ball's just not going out for Haaland and Gundogan to come on. But just keep on circulating it. We have not tested Guaita enough. How many times have we tested Guaita? Need to test the goalkeeper more, guys. That's a great switch. That's a really good switch. Palace defense is being moved around right now. That's a goal! Bernardo gets one back for us! Bernardo Silva, you beauty! Bernardo gets one back for us! Bernardo of all people! Everyone thought Haaland will get it back. Bernardo! Come on, Bernardo! What a goal! What a goal by Bernardo! Come on, Bernardo! I hope there's no offside or anything here. No, there's definitely no offside. Wonderful goal by Bernardo Silva. Excellent switch by Rodri and wonderful goal. Look at it, his dribble past one, gone on the outside two, and that's a deflection, but still, who cares? Who cares at this point? How were our two goals to Palace conceded then? Wonderful by Bernardo. The only thing is now we don't concede. Again, all of the hard work will just be wasted. Get the ball back, get the ball back, get the bloody ball back. Palace are playing triangles now. Where has your press gone? Bloody hell. Ederson catches Eddie, release the ball fast. There was a chance, I think, but one more, guys, come on. City are on the attack here. One more. Just find Erling Haaland. That's a foul. No, the ref says no foul, but this is what Pep says. In those actions, you just can't give the ball away. And it's Ayu and two people are on him. There were two people on Alan Maxim as well when he crossed for the first goal. That's a good switch out wide for Palace. Do not concede here. Please do not concede here. Do not concede here at all. That is hit out, but Eddie collect the ball fast and then it back. Gundogan and Alvarez were stripped off, but right now they they they're again wearing that practice jersey kind of a thing, practice vest, I must say. Bernardo Silva, Kevin De Bruyne, Rodri. I do not want Rodri shooting from that range when he has so many good options available. That's a foul by Haaland on Anderson. I think Anderson is just buying the foul to Haaland. It was irritating Darwin Nunes, and now he's just fine buying the fouls of Haaland. Haaland has to be careful here, not to fall into the trap of Anderson. And again, Mitchell is down. Will he be down if it was Palace who were down in the game? No, not right. I think Mitchell is going off, and another Palace player is coming on. Come on, guys, 56 minutes, but the job is not at all done. Not at all done. I think it's a young player who's coming on instead of Tyrell Mitchell. 56 minutes. One more, guys. We need to get Haaland into the game. One chance for Haaland. One chance. I do not know why that Gundogan Alvarez sort of substitution was stopped. We still needed it. Still needed it. Pep is giving specific instructions again to Foden as well. Press, press, press. For a moment, I would just like Pep to tell Haaland, you just stay up front and occupy the centre backs. All the others will press. Haaland doesn't need to join the pressing right now. It's not a team that is overnumbering us in midfield or something like that. It's not a Liverpool you're playing against. Kevin De Bruyne. Bernardo Silva has been the extreme bright spot today. I know they put men on De Bruyne, so it's a bit difficult for De Bruyne, but Bernardo Silva has been wonderful. Bernardo Silva. Riyad Mahrez. Phil Foden there. To Ruben Diaz, actually, it's not Riyad Mahrez. Kyle Walker. Bernardo Silva again. I think Mahrez is playing inside a lot. City get the ball back again. I think Bernardo is just trying to do too much on himself. You know, the defenders know he's in hot form. He should realize that there is space for Erling Haaland. That just put the bloody ball in. We're almost getting close to the hour mark. That was just that ball had too much curl for Erling Haaland. But that's wonderful. Phil Foden there. He's retained the ball. Extra Foden, you had to pass it back, Phil. That is what Pep was telling about the actions, and that is very well defended. And Palace are a bit open now at the back. No, they're closed. Rodri. Ah, he's given the ball away. Not you, Rodri. And Palace has somehow got the ball to Eze, I think. And we're just not able to get the ball of him. Come on, I do not want Palace to score here. Come on. That is excellent pressing again. Phil, just press from the front. Yes, we haven't seen it in the game so far as pressing from the front, and this is very good to see. Force Gaeta to go long, and that is well taken by Foden. And I thought for a moment there was a chance of playing in Haaland, but no, there wasn't apparently. Riyad Mahrez, Kyle Walker, Kevin De Bruyne. I don't know, but De Bruyne has been pushed into those wide spaces time and again. Bernardo Silva, both are being pushed into similar wide spaces. Ah, Bernardo Silva is playing like absolute prime Messi here. What a piece of dribbling by Bernardo Silva there. He had the absolute goal gaping at him, but the substitutions have come now. It's exactly an hour gone in the game. Bernardo has been exceptional, right? Riyad Mahrez is going off. Oh, it's interesting. Cancelo and Mahrez are going off. Gundogan and Alvarez are coming on. This is interesting. Whoa, whoa. Cancelo and Mahrez are going off. Well, who's going to play left back then? Are we switching to a three at the back system? I do not know. Or have I missed something here? He's brought on two attackers. This is very interesting. We'll just storm Palace defense. I think I'm just hoping that's what we'll do. That's a goal! Erling Haaland! Haaland! Ah! What a goal! 2-2! Was Erling Haaland offside? No, he isn't. Of course he isn't. What a goal from Haaland. What a ball from Foden, by the way. Superb header from Haaland. He's not going to miss from there. Wow. A game that looked absolutely lost. A game where people were telling left and right, is this the decline of City and things like that? Wow. What a comeback this is. This is what champions do, but I know the game's not over yet. It's just the half an hour mark and it's just on level terms. It's almost like how it has begun. I just hope that these clowns at the back don't do anything stupid right now. They just defend and they just recover whatever they have done in the first half, whatever shabby defending they have done in the first half. Just think. But someone please tell me in the chat why is okay Cancelo has been subbed off, but who is his replacement? I think it's a three at the back and Kyle Walker is playing there. Yes. Oh, Bernardo Silva there. Almost that was a very good ball. And Rodri picks up the ball. That is very well done by Rodri. Wonderful work by Kevin De Bruyne. We are catching the throat of Palace here. Just need to press it. Erling. Just get on your bike, Erling. Phil, find him. Monk is here. Hey, Monk, how are you? How is your day going? Bernardo Silva. Kevin De Bruyne with the first time crossing. Oh, that was so close. But Rodri, Kevin De Bruyne, Phil Foden. What a run that is. Julian Alvarez. Julian Alvarez will never lose the ball. I can bet my life on it. He'll never lose the ball. He has actually lost it, but he has actually lost it. I have not seen him lose the ball, but he has actually lost it. Maybe betting is not good for my health. Tao Mong says it's not good. Why, mate? Why? Aren't you watching the City match? Or is there anything else concerning you? Because it's a weekend as well. Aren't you enjoying your weekend? Run, run, run! Give the ball fast. We have our hands on their throat, guys. Just press it. Press the bloody thing. And finish Palace off. Mount says, yes, there is something else concerning me. Okay, so it's not about football, it's about your other things. Then my first advice is just go and speak it out to someone who's close to you, someone you know. That's the best thing I actually think when you're going through something and you're going through issues, because the worst thing is keeping it in yourself, and then you slowly go into sort of sadness and all of those things. So my best advice would be going speak it out to someone who's very close, someone whom you can trust. Tempo of the game, guys. We're again making it end to end. Do not make it end to end. Monk says no, it's about football. Okay, what is it about football that's bothering you then, Monk? Are you a City fan, or do you support any other club? Everyone is welcome here. What is it? Is it that is bothering you about football? We can have a good discussion here then if it's about football. Will Hughes is coming on, by the way. He is a good central midfielder from. Who is it? Edward who's going off. So Vieira has decided to shut shop now. And Will Hughes is a good carrier of the ball. I think he'll play easy up front now. That will be a real threat. Is it a corner? It's a goal kick. I'm just relieved that it's a goal kick and not a corner. I wouldn't want Palace to score a hat trick of goals from corners. One more goal, guys. One more goals. Mount says, I don't like, I'm frustrated. I'm a Victoria FC club fan. We're new into the Champions League and we'll be facing Barca, Munich, and Inter. But then you can look at it. Yeah, no, Victoria Pleasant. Yeah, yeah. So I think you can look at it in other way as well. You can think, wow, what a chance to face those clubs, in your first time itself in the Champions League. So, I mean, you can look at it both ways, because I think you need to enjoy the experience. See, look at City, for example. What we are still not able to win it. It took, I mean, in our early seasons, at least the first 3-4 seasons, we barely made it out of the Champions League group stage. I still remember in our first, I think, second season when we were in the Champions League, our group was Real Madrid, Borussia Dortmund, and it was another tough team, and Ajax or something, and we finished fourth in the group. So it was something like that. So I think it's the part of the journey. So it's, for me, it would be to embrace the challenge of facing those teams. By the way, Barca aren't too much better than you anyway right now. I would not be surprised if you guys defeat Barcelona. Oh, what a crap ball! Who gives it away like that? Who gives it away like that? That's very well done, John Stones. You have redeemed yourself. for a mistake. That is wonderful by John. Excellent defending, John Stones. But why is that careless pass done again? Who plays a blind pass in the midfield? Was it Walker? Who is the culprit? Again, we have slowed down after hitting the second goal. I don't know why, but we really need to focus here. Get the third guys, get the third guys. Because the game is not secure again with 2-2. We might still drop points, you never know. Even like 3-2 it's not secure. Because one goal margins are never secure in game of football, but at least we'll have something to hang on to. Kevin, put a ball in. I think that's a corner. That's a corner for City. Come on, take it fast. Take it early. But that Haaland movement and that Foden ball was what Pep was talking about. Erling! Erling Haaland! Erling! Erling Haaland! Haaland does it. That is what a poacher does. That is why he's been brought into the club. This is what he can do. Beat Parthabus teams, beat Highline teams. He doesn't care. Right spot, right time. It takes a certain mentality of a guy to be there in that situation. What a goal by Erling Haaland. What a goal. I'll just see whether it's an offside or not. I don't think there's any offside over there. What a goal by Erling Haaland there. Bernardo Silva, John Stones with the assist and Haaland with the goal. What a goal that is. Haaland! Monk says that's too much. Barca is a big club with good players. Didn't your team struggle against them? And Haaland dives in a friendly. They're a good club with big players, but right now they're not the Barca of the 2008. They struggled against Eintracht Frankfurt last time. In the Europa League, for example, they lost. So you can't just go on history and say such and such is a big club. United is a big club, yes, for example, but where are they now? I think in football, especially, it's good to focus on the present thing. Yes, the past is important, I agree, but in the present, Barcelona were not a power right now that they were, and Xavi's new coach, they're struggling through financial things. They are disrespecting the players, not paying their wages, and and it was a friendly. We were playing 2 3 youth players there, and it was exactly not a struggle. We, our youth players played well against them, so I wouldn't say exactly a struggle. And this Haaland dive thing, when people say, if you just go and look at the replay there, the defender clips Haaland on one of the camera angles. The defender clips Haaland, and then Haaland goes on, and then he falls down. The momentum carries him, and then he falls down. That's what one of the camera angles showed. Enlighten me if I'm wrong. Foden there. City are now attacking Palace. Oh, Erling, you should have just left the ball. Erling, you should have just left the ball. And by the way, did you see Haaland ever even fall down under a challenge? He rarely falls down unless it's a genuine challenge. So, so what will Haaland get? But I mean, there was a genuine contact by the defender as well in one of the camera angles. Mom says I disagree. It was a dive. It again depends on the camera angle you look, because there was a camera angle which they didn't show. Anyways, it was a charity match and it was for a good cause. It was for a research into a rare disease, ALS disease or something was the name. I do not know, but it was for a good cause, and it's good that they raised the money. And at the end of the day, it was a friendly. That's all. Monk says drawing with Inter might sound more realistic. You got to dream big. You got to dream extremely big. Roma They went through against Barcelona. I think it was the 2018, 17, 18 Champions League that season. Roma Barcelona semi-final tie. Barcelona were 3-1 up going into the second leg, and Roma drew 3-3 and they qualified on away goals. You got to dream. Liverpool were 4-1 down against Barcelona, and then they came to Anfield and they hit 5 goals. Okay, leave that. Leave Liverpool, big team, strong team. Okay, but Roma, if Roma can win against the Barcelona, who had Messi, Neymar, and Suarez as the front three, in those days when they were in their prime, then I think you can defeat Barcelona. You need to dream, you need to believe. I think that's the that's the beauty of sports. It makes you go into those places where you can courageously dream of things. So that is sports for me is an escape into reality. It gives you courage. So just dream big, and I'm sure you can go toe to toe with Barcelona. Shakhtar defeated Real Madrid last time in the Champions League. Monk says Haaland will outscore Nunes. Hope so, hope so. But Haaland is still, settling into our system. That's another corner, I think. Monk says no, Neymar was not there during Roma comeback. Okay, he left for PSG that season. Okay, but Suarez and Messi were there, right? Yeah, Suarez and Messi were there. But still, that Barca team was much much better than this Barca team, right? That Barca team was almost, I think they won the Champions League also in 2015. I think so. It was a team that was coming off success, also relatively new. So yeah, I mean Monaco, Manchester United, where Mourinho made his name. No one would have even expected that. That's a great nick by Bernardo Silva. It's a great nick. I think it's by Julian Alvarez. That's a great nick. Phil Foden. Phil Foden plays it to Gundogan. Crystal Palace are absolutely on the mat here. One more goal, guys. One more goal. We need that cushion. We absolutely need that cushion now. Kyle Walker, Rodri, Phil Foden. Are we in for a Haaland hat trick today? Finally. City are patiently passing the ball. Gundogan and Haaland between the lines. City are just keeping the ball, but we need to go and score that fourth week. One set piece or something for Palace, and it might just turn over again. That's a wonderful switch. That's a wonderful switch. Julian Alvarez. From when Julian Alvarez has come, he's controlled the tempo as well as he's picked the right spots when to go front. This was something we were when to go on the front foot. This was something we were missing against Crystal Palace. Kyle, go with him. Kyle, go with Eze. Do not leave him. It's only you who have the pace. That's a free kick to Palace. This ref has been an absolute thorn. Monk says, I'm also a natural football fan. I like Ferran Torres. Was he any good or is Barca not using him correctly? Did Pep use him differently? Pep gave him the striker role, Monk, and he scored lots of goals for us. That's a wonderful tackle. Now just get the ball out. Yes, that is wonderful. That is wonderful. Just get the ball out. Palace are open at the back right now. Who was the Pratt who's crossing like that? Yeah, Torres was scoring a lot of goals for us. Barca is not using him correctly. Barca is definitely not using him correctly. The lad has lots of talent. The lad's finishing, he doesn't have a high bat lift, for example, for finish. That's a unique thing. I think in the Euros as well, under Luis Enrique, Ferran Torres was very, very good. We let him go when we didn't have a striker, and Pep was grooming him in that striking position again. What the hell? What was that ball played across blindly? Control the situation, guys. We are looking nervy here. We are looking nervy. Spread the ball out wide. Yes, what a ball that is with pace. Bernardo Silva. That's a corner for City. Well done, Bernardo. Very well done, Bernardo. But Bernardo Silva is in an absolute beast mode today. Look at his dribbling. Look at how he's going. Just offer him a contract extension. Somehow we need to tie this guy up. It's a corner. Can Haaland score his hat trick today? Monk says also noticed Phil Foden is underperforming since his last Champions League. He was too good against PSG and he also flopped in Euros. I mean, last season Foden had a very good season. Last time he was a false nine, and also I think this season is not underperforming. It's his relationship with Haaland is just developing. Because last season he was playing as a false nine, and now he has to take a decision whether to shoot or whether to pass, and that is something which he's working on developing, and that's free. That's free. Palace is unorganized at the back again. Alvarez. By the way, Julian Alvarez is a name. Just keep an eye on him. The guy is gonna go places. He's gonna be one of the best strikers in the world and one of the best attackers in the world, I must say, in the next few years. We're playing with fire here. Pass it. What the hell was that? Pass it to Ederson. We're struggling at the back. It's a defensive shambles. But maybe that is the risk Pep demands. That is the nerve Pep demands. Haaland. Erling Haaland! It's a hat-trick! It's a hat-trick for Erling Haaland! Erling Haaland the beat! Erling Haaland! This is why Erling Haaland has come! Officially welcome to the Premier League! Erling Haaland! Look at the goal! Look at the counter-attack over there! Haaland! 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 Wow! Just look at the way he held off both the defenders! Wow! This is the Emperor of the Premier League arriving here right now. And he showed the defenses what he can do. I just hope after all of the celebration, it's not a bloody offside. No, it can't be offside. No, it can't be offside. No, it's not an offside for sure. Look at the finish. Cool and calm. He should have done the same thing against Newcastle. But look at the connection again. Gundogan, Haaland. Outside of the boot finish. Which striker does that? Outside of the boot finish. Woo! Three defenders, two defenders and the goalkeeper, and yet, but that was the pass of Gundogan was supreme over there, and then Erling Haaland. Look at that, the goalkeeper kicked it. Sorry, Palace defender kicked him on the side. No effect to Erling Haaland. Woo! I just hope he meditated over there for a bit. For the next 5 minutes, we should not concede a goal now. Because everyone's happy with the Haaland hat-trick. And let us not spoil the celebrations by dropping points from here. Monk says Alvarez is not your typical number 9. What kind of a player he is? People thought that Julian Alvarez is, since he's from Argentina, comparisons were made to, Sergio Aguero and things like that. But people who have followed River Plate for long, what they say that they say that Julian Alvarez is a Thomas Muller kind of a player. He loves to sit in between those spaces, between the striker and the midfield, his link-up play is very, very good. He doesn't lose the ball. Almost, if you watch Harry Kane linking up play, it's supreme, right? Alvarez link-up play is as good as that. So Julian Alvarez is a special kind of a player. He's not an out-and-out striker, but he drops in those kind of spaces. He's a perfect for a false 9. If Pep Guardiola could create another false 9, in the laboratory, someone who's different from Messi, then it would be Julian Alvarez. Is that good? And look at the standing ovation for Erling Haaland. And by the way, Monk, just go and type the finishing of Julian Alvarez. You know what they tell? If you create a player in FIFA who has a finishing of 99, it would be Julian Alvarez. They say his finishing is even more lethal than Erling Haaland. and people will say, "What nonsense are you talking?" But his finishing is way more. They say it's lethal than Erling Haaland. So I mean, if you see the goals he scores, just clips on YouTube, Julian Alvarez, you'll really have something going. Stomach will feel something. You'll get goosebumps on the inside. It's just 84 minutes, so we need to be careful here. Just control the tempo of the game. Monk says I'm selecting Haaland in my UCL fantasy league. You should if you haven't. Just play the ball safely. Keep the ball, guys. Keep the ball. We can't let a 4-2 lead slip. Come on. Oh, that was Gundogan there. Maybe if it was a Haaland, that was number 5. But I'm just counting down the clock now. That was a great ball from KDB. But that finish of Erling Haaland is still giving me goosebumps. There's a clash of heads, I think, there. Now the Crystal Palace player will get up very, very fast. I'm very sure of that. And Monk, another suggestion if you want. Select Haaland in your fantasy league and make it triple captain when we are playing Manchester United. That's a free advice from my side. You'll get so many points. Monk says if Haaland stays fit, he will be the top scorer in UCL. His only competitor will be Mbappe since he have Messi and Neymar to assess. But then, from but if you ask me to describe PSG, I would say it's a bunch of selfish brats. I'm not including Messi in that, but generally, other than Messi, it's excluding Messi, it's a bunch of selfish brats. And the biggest brat over there is Mbappe, who behaves as if he is the godfather of the football world when Mbappe is not even fit enough to lace the bloody boots of Messi. And you can't win any competition with selfish people inside. You might not have talent, but if there is a team ethic and a teamwork there, you can win. Eddie, just kick it long. You prat, kick it long. I don't know why we want to play through the palace again. But yeah, coming to PSG, you can't win anything through a bunch of selfish people who where each one plays for satisfying their egos. I have never thought about a football team like this, and I will never in the future maybe think about a football team like this. But PSG are I just get so it's not even irritation. They're not worth my irritation or frustration as well. It's just pity because poor Messi has gone there. He doesn't deserve it. The most one of the most humble players around Messi, even though he has achieved so much. What does he deserve to fight with Kylian Mbappe in the dressing room or having to share a penalty with him, things like that. Monk says, yeah, I heard that Mbappe is the owner of PSG. Okay, when that is fine, let him be the owner of PSG, but his ego is ruling the dressing room in PSG. His ego is ruling it there. So, and I think PSG are not realizing it, but egos can burn down dynasties much more faster than anything else. That's a foul favor of City. So I mean, I didn't know why PSG were so desperate in the first case to keep Mbappe, even though when he was asking for huge sums of money, because it doesn't make sense, right? Football competitions are never won by an individual. Never. Messi without Iniesta, Xavi, Pedro, Sanchez, Yaya Taures, Puyol sweeping up, Valdez playing. Could he have achieved anything on his own? No, nothing. We forget all of these. One of the things which I've noticed is we forget all of these uh, people who do the dirty work behind, and we only focus on the stars. It's because of them doing the work of their backside that all of these stars are being able to achieve what they are. So Mbappe is forgetting that. Mbappe is thinking it's only because of him the game will run. So I mean, this this world is a witness to talents who have gone to the graveyard and talents who were much bigger than Mbappe. Hatim Ben Arfa, big talent than Mbappe. There are many talents. If you look at the graveyard of wasted talents, the footballing world is full of stories which could not be completed. And Mbappe will be one of them. I think if he doesn't control his selfish attitude. Attitude is more than 90% work done in football. If you have the attitude, you can go places. If you have the attitude, a Zinchenko could. It's because of that attitude, Zinchenko had won 4 out of the last 5 Premier League titles. Otherwise, Zinchenko, absolutely and pure talent, would not have even been on the bench of the City team. Would not have even been on the bench of the under 23s of the City team. Attitude is what counts the most thing in life and in football, I think. Mom says, how would have Pep handled Mbappe? I've seen Pep removing big players if they don't obey him and Ronaldo. Mbappe would have been thrown out of the door on the first day if Pep would have been there. That's it. It's as simple as that. Pep doesn't need to waste his energy in order to handle egos like that, right? Pep can make much better use of his time rather than handling those people. Gundogan, Palmer, will Palmer go? That's an excellent layoff. One more. Bernardo, just score one more. You deserve it today. What do you, Monk says, what do you think of Camavinga, Gavi, and Pedri, upcoming midfielders? I like all of them. I like their attitude and everything. Especially Camavinga, you know, first-hand experience of watching Camavinga. Is that a fifth? No, well controlled by Bernardo. See, first-hand experience of watching Camavinga when he came on against us in both the legs of the Champions League. He was pivotal to us turning around the he was pivotal to Madrid turning around the tie against us in the second leg. His energy, his attitude, very good Camavinga. I think top midfielders, three of them. Bernardo Silva there. Bernardo Silva dribbling. Bernardo Silva dribbling, and he just blasted it over. Who? It was Sergio Gomez who blasted it over. He was always leaning back. Count India says, Mohan, your favorite Raheem Sterling scored twice today. Is it really? Really, did he score, Count India? Or are you just pulling a prank on me? Did he score? Raheem Sterling. What the hell? And how did he score? Were it tap-ins? Or were it the goals where he closes his eyes and he just finishes it off? Do let me know, Count India. Do let me know. I was not able to follow any of the scores today. The entire first half, we were all pissed off about, the defensive shambles at the back for City. It's still not over. It's still not over. Still 2.5 minutes more to go. And by the way, who are Chelsea playing against? That is wonderful pressing again. Is it Julian Alvarez who's leading the press? I think it is him. Sergio Gomez, get tight. Yes, that's a nothing cross and well done. Monk says Gabriel Jesus is too good. Why Pep didn't utilize him like Arteta? You know the problem, Monk, with Gabriel Jesus is he has this he has this run of form like he had it in last April, I think, 3 weeks or something, where he just finishes off everything and then he goes through patchy form for the last 3-4 months. Gabriel Jesus, he missed open goals for us in the Champions League. Open goals, and Arteta was the assistant coach. Then open goals. So when people ask me about why didn't Pep utilize Jesus, like see how he's scoring for Arsenal now? No, Sterling, for example, he scored 2 goals, missed open goals. Today, the one-on-one, Jesus could not have finished it. You ask any City fan, no one will say that Jesus could have finished it or Sterling could have finished it. So there were a lot of one-on-ones that Jesus missed. We could have scored 6 or 7 against Real Madrid, and Gabriel Jesus missed three one-on-ones against Real Madrid. The tale of Gabriel Jesus missing so many goals. Okay, Monk. One statistic I'll give. It's not me being sour that I wanted Gabby to do well. I'm not sour that he's doing well at Arsenal. See, the thing is, You go and look up the stats of the last 3 seasons of the highest XG chances missed. Chances missed which surely should have been a goal. Raheem Sterling and Gabriel Jesus rate consistently in the top three for the last 4 seasons. Consistently in the top three for highest XG chances missed over the entire Premier League season. I think if that stat doesn't reveal why Pep let Jesus go, I don't know what will reveal. We have lost Champions League titles. Very well done, excellent. Very well done to claim a victory from the gallows of defeat. Very well done in reclaiming a game that we really thought was lost. This match for me, people will say it is about Haaland's hat trick, it's about our comeback, but it's about our belief, it's about our team spirit, it's about not losing hope, even when we were 2-0 down and it was 60th minute on the clock or 55th minute, whatever it is. Never for a moment did we doubt ourselves in the second half. The first half was doubtful, but in the second half, we literally switched the system. I think it was Pep removed Cancelo and he brought on Alvarez. So I think really Pep bombarded Palace with 3-4 attackers. Counting assists, Chelsea versus Leicester. Sterling scored one from outside the box and one tap in. Counting, those are his usual goals, right? And I will tell you how he scored from outside the box as well. He would have curled one in, right? After closing the eyes. Vinicius Bernardo running down the wing, Silva. That will be the new song. But today he looked like Messi, right? Vinay Bernardo Silva. He was like Palace players could not touch him today. Bernardo Silva was absolutely magical. But then it went like the tactics were like we were talking about. We were like it needs to change. Walker in the midfield is suffocating us. And you see the moment Pep put Walker as a third centre back, the moment he removed Cancelo, because Pep knew he needed Walker's recovery pace, tracking down Eze, Slap and all. And he brought on Gundogan Alvarez, the game changed. I think this can be the template going forward, because he needs to play Gundogan, he needs to play Bernardo Silva, he can't drop De Bruyne, Haaland, Alvarez was good, Foden was good. So I do think this could be the system, a back three with all of the other attackers thrown onto the canvas and telling them to paint all of the stuff. Wonderful. Football Crick says we need a winger. But Football Crick is Bernardo Silva, Bernardo running down the wing, Silva, right? Why do we need a winger? Monk says Kaiki, that Brazilian winger, is also jump. City scouts are excellent. We have been excellent for the last 3, 4 seasons, 3, 4, 5 seasons. Vinay says he broke Michel. Exactly. Gaurav says Silva was a gem. And just whoever it is dealing with Silva's contract, just to wrap up the contract extension, give him a lifetime membership to our City. We can't lose this guy. And honestly, against Newcastle as well, the only reason why we didn't win that game was I think Pep didn't bring on Alvarez and he didn't take off Cancelo. I think that's the only reason I can see. Because the moment Alvarez came on, the Palace fullbacks couldn't double down on Foden, right? Both Foden and Alvarez were operating down the wing. So it suddenly became impossible for Palace. And De Bruyne and Silva shifted to that wing. So we literally created overloads on the wings. And if you went with De Bruyne, Silva is dribbling. If you double down on Silva, he's anyway taking down players. But guys, what did you think of that Haaland finish? Outside of the boot finish, right? He literally broke Anderson there. Anderson was almost holding on him. Anderson even kicked Haaland on the side, on the side of his foot. If you see, Haaland didn't even shake. Outside of the foot finish, that is just that signature Haaland goal, right? Even against Newcastle, he went through like this. It was just that he didn't finish. But literally, I'm still thinking. Literally at halftime, I'm like sat here and I'm like, we were thinking, what the hell? Mountain to climb. We were having comments. Mountain to climb. I thought it was difficult. I was even settling for 2-2. But this is a big lesson I've made. You never settle for 2-2 against City. You always want to go and win the game. Football Critics actually saw something else. Bernardo was playing the right back. Actually, Football Critics, Bernardo was playing the right back when when Palace were on the attack and things like that. Otherwise, when we were in possession, it was like a back three and Rodri holding, and rest all of them were like fluid interchanging. But the unsung hero for me has to be Julian Alvarez. Did you guys notice the way he was controlling the tempo of the game? For example, Foden was not able to do that. Alvarez was taking the ball, he was assessing the situation, he was bringing people into play. But when it was needed, he was injecting pace into the game as well. So I think Alvarez's performance will not be discussed as much today, but I really think that he made such a load of difference along with the formation switch. It's Alvarez suddenly released the Foden, he released the Haaland, he actually it's almost like he injected a new sort of life into the team. Football fixes no Nick Pope was I actually wanted that guy instead of Ortega, but but Nick Pope can't actually play out from the back, right? So Ortega's passing is very good. Football fixes Nick Pope reminds me of Joe Hart, but Pep really didn't want Joe Hart at City, right? Because he can't pass the ball. So I don't think Nick Pope was the correct one for us. It's Julian Alvarez who's the sorry, it's Stefan Ortega who's the correct one for us. Great game, I would say one of I mean since that West Ham game, right? We went 2-0 down. We did a comeback 2-2. Aston Villa we went down and then we did a comeback. Newcastle comeback. So a lot of comebacks actually. Football fans and they say Premier League all teams are tough and 9-0. All teams are tough football fan. Premier League. See Crystal Palace drew with Liverpool. Crystal Palace they played very well against Arsenal. They were unlucky not to at least get something out of the game. Their football, I mean Premier League football is 20, 30, 40x, 100x tougher than La Liga any day. Any day you can have the debate with me and you'll lose. Premier League football is so tough. But but one thing, guys, what about the defense? I know they recovered a bit in the second half, but maybe I think we might actually need to dip into the transfer market for getting another centre back. Maybe Pep said that he will assess the situation, but you can't be going to you can't be going down, right? And expect your strikers to bail you out from a 2-0 down in bloody every game. That's not going to happen. See, if the defense was very good, we would have had maximum points from the Newcastle match and from this match as well. So we need to think a little bit about do we need to dip into the market and get a new centre back, or what is it? Football fans is not even so-called farmer league one. No team concedes 9 goals. Vinay says no. Need to work on defense. Yes, need to work on. I mean, John Stones for me. I don't know why his confidence is actually shattered because John Stones actually he he looked all right last season, right? Suddenly, is it because of the absence of a preseason? Because we must remember he was not in the preseason and he was sidelined, and then he was he just started the Premier League season directly. Do you guys think that is the reason? I do not know, but need to sort it out because Stones, Diaz, both are not looking confident. I just can't wait for Nathan Ake to come back. I'm pretty much sure if Nathan Ake was there, we don't concede those many goals against Newcastle. We don't concede those many goals here. So wonderful game. All in all, an excellent game, an excellent start to the weekend. If you're a City fan, what an enjoyment this was. This was just a ride. This was just such a fantastic ride of emotions. This is what it means, supporting City. You never have it straightforward. It's always a journey through emotions. Football fix is actually not. We need to switch formation. That's 3-5-2 exactly. Football fix 3-5-2 with maybe Gundogan playing in that 4-4-1-1 role. Exactly 3-5-2. He switched the formation and he got the results today. I wonder that if he switched against Newcastle, he would have got that result as well. So for me, definitely tactics were definitely the turning point. We were when talking about rigid aspect becomes stubborn and rigid, not to change tactics, but it's good he adapted. He adapted in the 50th minute itself. Sometimes because Pep takes to the 80th minutes and the game's gone till then. We can't get a victory, but he's done well. He's done extremely well because Palace are a very hard side to break down. You must remember that. So I mean, 10 points to Pep, I must say. It would be a 2 or 3 for the first half performance, but 10 on 10 for the second half performance. And the way he's adapted and adjusted for me, it's a great thing from Pep. Vinay says we can try Ake Laporte partnership. Both have pace. This will be fantastic, Vinay. If we try, see, Kyle Walker on one side, Ake on one side, and Laporte in the middle. I think that will be very very good. Or you can put Ake in the middle and Laporte on the left side. So that would actually be fantastic because both Laporte and Walker are good enough passing wise. Walker has the recovery pace, so you play him on the right hand side of the defense, and then you have um, Ake in the middle, who is not as good on the ball but is very good physically. I mean, you can switch Ake, Diaz, or maybe a John Stones for that role. So I think Pep needs to really work in this 3-5-2 formation. Oh, change score line 4-2. Yes, yes, exactly. I'm like, I was so much caught up in those celebrations of Haaland scoring the hat trick that I just forgot about the score line. I was like, no way we are actually losing the game from this point on. And another key point today is the way we control the tempo of the game, you know. So, especially when Alvarez came on, and I think Foden also looked much, much better in terms of controlling the tempo. And that ball from Foden to Haaland was absolutely fantastic, right? The way I think it was for the first goal, the way for Haaland's first goal, the way he just jinked the ball up into the air, that was just outstanding. But a lot of things, I know we won 4-2, but a lot of things to think about defensively. A lot of things was. I mean, it's not that opposition winger had a good time. Then I will still be fine with it. The opposition outplayed us. It was the piss poor nature in which we conceded both the goals. Piss poor headers, you know, uncontested headers. Ederson doing a silly mistake. Walker doing a silly mistake. What if this was a Champions League match? What would you do? So I think we need to cut down on that. I'm just looking forward to Ake coming back into this back line. You know, Ake just stabilizes it so much. You know, I think Ruben Diaz, you know, is a good organizer, but I think we are not getting the best out of Ruben Diaz's organizing skills as well because it suddenly seemed on both the corners that we were not organized good enough. Ake was organizing the defense very, very good, you know, in all of our Premier League games before he was injured. Pep said Ake will be back. He's expecting maybe for the next match or the match after that. I do not know, but from next week onwards, midweek matches also start. So it's literally, you know, Wednesday, Sunday. I mean, it's we need to get Ake back to full fitness as soon as possible. Vinay says Stones in cup games, minutes here and there. But Vinay, again, with John Stones, it's almost about, you know, he's a confidence player. If you give him confidence, uh, he can just perform at such a high level. So I think Pep is just building up his confidence. This match in the second half, I thought Stones looked good actually. He made a couple of vital interceptions. But Walker is also looking off the ball. His passing has almost been. He's not able to even make a simple 3-4 yard pass. That is actually concerning me. Matthew says Laporte badly needed. Is it a problem of Laporte? I do not know. I think it's a problem of Ake as well. We need someone who's with a bit of pace over there. You know, Laporte is also not the paciest of things out there. Actually, I do think Ake is needed. There's a reason why Pep was starting Ake over everybody in the preseason in all of the Premier League games. So I think we need Ake actually. But anyways, guys, thank you so much for joining me. What a game! It was a roller coaster of emotions, plethora of joy. It was sadness to start with, then great relief, a sigh of relief when City equalized, and then it was just a plethora of eruption of joy. You know, plethora of joy erupting. That was just so fantastic. I would say enjoyed it. Roller coaster of emotions, very happy, and it's great that the weekend has started off like this when it seemed that it would be a bit bleak. I was thinking, how do you face the social media? How do you open the social media when everyone will be trolling City bought Haaland but cannot break open the Palace defense and stuff? Nothing. Haaland hat trick. He's arrived into the Premier League. Anyways, guys, thank you so much again for joining me. If you have liked the content, please click on the like button and also the bell icon, and do click on the subscribe button so that you get notifications whenever we come up with daily discussion shows and live watch alongs. Everything will be there here on this channel. Anyway, guys, take care and enjoy the weekend. See you all.